I just, oh, we don't want this on the recording, but that's okay. So I get up this morning like I always do, and I usually play a couple of games, have a little meditation, and it's about 6 o'clock, and about quarter after 6, Larry shows up and he's like, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay. Why?" "Well, you're up awfully early." I said, "I'm always up early, especially on a Monday morning." I went, "It's Sunday." Ah, I'm excited about my week next upcoming week with work. I'm truly so excited that I wanted to just skip today. But I'm so glad that I didn't because I get to hang out with you folks for a couple of hours. Welcome to everyone that's online on our Zoom or anyone that's watching later on our YouTube channel. We're so grateful that you're here because without you, we would be ninity. That takes a moment. So if you have a phone with you and you're on Facebook, feel free to check into Facebook that you're here to have a great spiritual experience. You love your community, or if you're not on Facebook or don't want to post anything, please turn down your volume so that the service is not interrupted by a notification or a phone call or something like that. And we appreciate that. So here at Unity of London, hang on, I'm gonna. It's not working for me, Lorraine. Can you move the slide ahead? I've got a little white bar at the top. I don't know if I hit something. There we go. Oh, what a new, look at that. Isn't that a lovely new welcome sign? Good job, Lorraine. Thank you so much. So welcome everyone, and we're grateful you're here. And our vision. So here at Unity of London, we share the same vision as nearly all the unities worldwide. And so let's together affirm this vision that we see a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Wonder if this morning was a bit of a spiritual awakening. Yeah, certainly awakening. And our mission here in London, we decided in order for us to realize that vision is we will co-create with spirit to transform lives through our shared spiritual awakening. And what does that look like? Well, we are all one and we want to be a loving, inclusive community and very supportive. So we feel that our egos, actually we believe, not just feel, our egos, beliefs, and fears are what separate us. We are truly all one. And as our first song said, it's true. What happens for me happens for you, and vice versa. By promoting self-expression, we believe also that we are all here to be the person that we are. And within us, our Christ self is our perfect self. And so each day we try to realize and allow more of that perfect self, our Christ self, to shine through by releasing and letting go of all the error thinking. So self-expression is self-love. And the 5 principles. And I always bring my little Unity card so I can remind myself during the week. No one cheats. Just sometimes you need a little reminder. So we live the 5 principles of unity, and those 5 principles for the new people, or to remind those of us that have been around a while. Principle number 1 is that there is only one presence, one power active as the universe and as my life, God the good. There is nothing out to get us. So you can't blame it on somebody else. Makes me think of, the devil made me do it. I think almost all of us are old enough in the room to remember that one. The second principle is our essence is of God. Therefore, we are inherently good. This God essence called the Christ was fully expressed in Jesus. So our essence is of God. The true essence of each individual, even those that appear to be the kind of person you might not want to love, everyone is an expression of God. Number 3, we are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. Taking responsibility for the life that you create is very freeing. And as Unitics, we have a little, I do anyways, a little bit of giddiness or a little bit of joy because I know that Spirit is with me always, helping me to co-create the life that I was meant to live. A wonderful life, all kinds of good things. Principle number 4 is through prayer and meditation, we align our heart mind with God. So during prayer and meditation, you're connecting with spirit to ask questions, to just receive, and using denials, denying that anything has power over you, and affirming that your good is on its way, are tools we use. And number 5, through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. It's one thing to know all of the principles. It's totally different when you actually live them all. And be the change. We'd like to inspire people to make a positive difference in the world and be the change that you'd like to see. I'm reminded of when I first joined Unity, one of our key slogans, and many of us still use it, is to see the face of God in everyone you meet. And these days, there's so many people that are looking down, that are hiding. And when you're in the grocery store, for example, and there's so many new people in the store that I'm going, and a lot of them young people, and they look like they're a little bit afraid to say, hey, how are you having a great day today? Thank you so much for being here. And making a difference to make them feel that they're important goes a long way, and it affects not only you and them, but all of the people that they will connect with. I noticed a young lady the other day going through the store. She had checked out a couple of people, never said a word, and she did say hi. And I said, hi, are you having a great day today? Yeah, pretty good. And we chatted a bit, but the next person, she said, hi, how are you today? Can make a difference. Coexisting by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers of all walks of life. We all came from somewhere and we're all going to the same place, but in the middle, we all have different experiences. And to understand that each person has a different experience than you means they probably have a different perspective. And so the more that we listen to one another and listen to understand, not to listen to be the next person to speak, again, goes a long way by sharing your love and connecting with people. Special announcements. Now we have a few, but lots of great things going on for Unity of London. So the first one is the membership directory that we're making this year. We're making one with pictures. So this week and next week are your last 2 weeks. I believe that Chuck and Suzanne are prepared to have their picture taken because they have, what's his name? Duke. Duke girl. Oh, me, I just brought Larry. But I'm so glad I did. So get your picture taken today. Pizza and Principles is today from 12 till 2. I believe we have 5 or 6 people that have signed up for that. And Pauline Duncan Thrasher, our licensed Unity teacher. Thank you. I don't know where it zipped out of there, but we'll be facilitating that. And it is a prerequisite if you wish to be a member. So join Pauline and a few other people and enjoy some great pizza and learn about our principles. The London Fish Group, fish standing for fellowship, imagination, sharing, and happiness. Lindsay will be leading this group one Sunday a month starting next week from 12:10 right after the service. And it's for art and friendship. Sandwiches will be available for the group. Come to the first session, see if you have, get all your questions answered and see if it's something for you. But if you'd like to hang out at Unity on Sunday for a little while longer and share some of your talents, have some conversation about spiritual awakening, that would be a good place to maybe start. So, and thank you, Lindsay, for doing that for us. Upcoming book study, we've talked already about this. So Tuesdays at 9:30, and it's on the book Prayer Works. And I believe we still have some copies in the bookstore. So that's on Zoom, not here in the building. So Tuesdays, 9:30 a.m. Okay, Super Bowl Sunday. I have never really been much for Super Bowl other than going to the party before the game started, and then they start, off I go. Well, just imagine if you could go home to watch the game and you got a belly full of soup, all kinds of soup. So on Sunday, February the 11th, and of course, we're looking for people that might like to share their favorite soup recipe, but we're going to have 5 to 8 different soups for you to sample. And of course, we need volunteers to share their favorite soup, get creative. And if you can't make soup, you can contribute fixins. So, we're doing it through a love offering of whatever you are able to or wish to contribute. And prayer with a prayer chaplain. So today in the building, Dawn and or myself will be available after the service to be in the prayer room for anyone looking for individual one-on-one prayer. And Wilda, of course, is available online for those on Zoom. So anyone that would like individual one-on-one prayer, please just let us know. And here we have a song. Mark. We all remember Mark. He was here once or twice.
I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage of faith to free the Christ inside. I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage of faith to free the Christ inside. I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage of faith to free the Christ inside. I free the Christ inside. I free the Christ to be I am. Alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage of faith to free the Christ inside. I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage of faith to free the Christ inside. I shall be free.
Good job. Unity Worldwide was founded over 130 years based on affirmative prayer. We pray believing that what we are calling forth is happening and that we have that ability to connect with spirit and see it realized in the way that's for our highest and greatest good. So we have a prayer box at the front of the room, as most people know. And so if you have people or yourself that you would like prayer for, just put a name on the pieces of paper that are there. Put it in the prayer box, and they will be prayed over here at Unity for 30 days and sent down to Silent Unity, where they will receive additional prayer. And speaking of Silent Unity, remember 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY and have a wonderful divine being on the other end of the line, ready to pray with you, for you, and or your family and or friends. And so now I will lead you in some prayer. So we take a few moments to settle into our chair, taking a couple of nice deep breaths and letting go as you exhale of all the busyness of the morning. Maybe you're thinking about what's happening after you finish here, but just let go of everything and just be here, feeling your heart beating, knowing that spirit is helping you to breathe. And during our prayer today, we include all of our members of Unity of London, all of our friends and family, everyone connected with us. And we take a few moments to whisper the names of other people that we would like to include into our prayer. We also hold in prayer Unity Vancouver Island and Unity Canada Board of Directors. And Sweet Spirit, today I'm called to think about and send love to the people on the street. There are so many without homes today. And we appreciate the lesson that we are learning from these beings that have been willing to take this path, to not only learn a lesson, but to teach others lessons. We see the people without homes finding shelter, finding a hot meal, warm clothes, blankets. And that's because we also see more people opening up their hearts to give of their time, their talent, or their treasures. For it is a different kind of tithing. We pray today that the leaders of government, large companies, and others that are very wealthy with more than that they need, and we see them opening up their hearts and their purses to create space for those that don't have their own, to find a way to share their love and their money so that it makes such a big difference. We know that this is happening right as we ask. We can feel our love leaving us and growing and making a difference. And we appreciate all we have been able to give from Unity of London and will continue to give to make a difference. And this will help us to thrive and survive and grow and prosper in ways that we have no idea how we're going to do. We know this is happening right here, right now. And so we say, thank you, Sweet Spirit. And so it is, and so we let it be. And now we have, I believe, a wonderful Dawn Renee coming to do the daily word.
Good morning, everyone. I have to raise this up because I'm a little taller, maybe. I'll just hold it. Yes. Squeeze. Good morning again. I say no. You're gonna... Good morning. The daily word today is energetic. The limitless energy of spirit flows through me. I smile as I watch children at play. Their boundless energy seems so natural, so effortless. When I want to reclaim the same zeal and enthusiasm for myself, I remember these divine gifts are already within me. Centered in the awareness, I feel renewed vitality. As I take care of my family, move through my workday, enjoy time with dear ones, or volunteer in my community, I engage it all with enthusiasm and feel my energy build. If I feel my enthusiasm faltering, I don't despair. Instead, I pause for a moment to feel the quickening energy of spirit, the divine life and strength that are flowing through me. As I am revitalized, the world feels new. I shimmer with energy and go about doing all I feel called to do. May you be made strong with all the strength that comes from this glorious power. Colossians 1:11. Our guest speaker today is Pauline Duncan Thrasher. Our speaker is no stranger to us at Unity of London, an active member and past president of our board of directors. Pauline has been a prayer chaplain and a student and presenter of Unity Principles since 2012. Yes, she does delight in dark chocolate, popcorn, and camping with her favorite two-legged buddy and hubby Dan, and her four-legged sweetie pie Chipper. As a writer, trainer, and certified life coach, Pauline presents us today with her message, Spiritual Fuel for Our Journey. Please join me in welcoming licensed Unity teacher, Pauline Duncan Thrasher.
Thanks, Renee. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, Renee. What a joy to be here. What a joy to see that lovely little four-legged critter with Suzanne, Chuck, and Nancy. A long time ago, I heard the song that began, and I was trying to practice singing it, but it begins, if I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge. We're fools and dreamers dare to tread. And I thought, this message is about faith. It's not about foolhardy, Evel Knievel, leap over the chasm kind of faith. It's about everyday faith. The faith that every one of us needs. It's not about applying the faith that moves mountains or that lets that little old lady get under the truck and heave it up so that her husband can crawl out from underneath. Although I'm sure if Dan were out there in trouble, Chipper and I would run out and try to rescue him. In the Bible, we find many New Testament versions of miracles. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And in almost every one of those miracles, we hear the words, your faith has healed you. There are 43 accounts of Jesus' healings. Leprosy, blindness, deafness, bleeding, paralysis. And I personally love the one where the men are carrying someone on a stretcher. He's paralyzed. And they can't get in the door because there's a crowd of people there. So they go up the back steps. They cut a hole in the roof and they let the man down through the roof. And the man is healed. Does that mean that if we have faith, every illness will be healed as we want it to be healed? I don't think that's what it means. Because I've known people with great faith and they were sick, physically ill. However, their great faith allowed them to radiate a wondrous, amazing, shining light for everyone to see. So faith doesn't always allow us to do exactly what we set out to do. It has many dimensions. There are 18 miracles of power over nature, calming stormy waters, walking on water, multiplying loaves and fishes, 8 versions of raising from the dead, a young girl, a servant, Jesus' friend Lazarus. I want us to look this morning, and I invite you to look at the faith that helps you when you're feeling sad, disappointed, lonely. Real life includes twisting, bumpy roads. That's what life is about. They're curving, they're winding, they've got boulders in them. Faith lets us climb over the boulders and maneuver our way around. And faith sometimes even smooths the trails. It's easy to stumble. Life has heartbreaks, disappointments, loss of hope, failure in doing something we thought we were really good at doing. It also has illness and death of loved ones. Who doesn't want smooth roads? But if they were all smooth, it might be a little bit boring. We'd never be challenged. Faith can be so easily shattered. Our faith in people, our faith in the work that we once loved to do, our faith in ourselves. When we lose faith, we lose oomph. You know what it's like when you don't go to the gym for a long time or you don't exercise? Your muscles get just limp. And it takes a while to build back up those muscles. It's the same thing with faith. It takes a while to build them up. My teachers used to say, my nun teachers, just have faith. Just believe. It's not adjust. It's work. Would you agree? And we want to say, I have faith in everything. I'm a miracle worker, but it doesn't always work that way. Faith is our willingness to envision something better than what is, or ourselves better than who we are right now. When our world seems dark, we use faith to light the dark moments. When daily distressors create that rubble that causes our steps to falter, faith smooths the path. When challenges seem monumental, you know that feeling. Faith empowers us to take steps forward, even tiptoey steps. When spirit seems most weak, the tiniest spark of faith helps us to build stamina from inside out. Spiritual muscle is fed by faith. And faith feeds our inner spiritual storehouse. Faith gives us strength to meet each day with renewed strength and courage. All right, you're saying, I get it. I know that faith is important. So how do I acquire it? How do I revive it? How do I reignite it when it seems so dim? Divine source within is part of us. It's as much a part of us as our skin. Divine spirit flows through us, even when it feels as though it's only a little trickle. Consider the following as ways that you might reignite your spark of faith in that divine power within. The first one I call igniting sparks of joy. Sylvia does that. She came up and shared a little anecdote about waking up this morning and thinking it was Monday, and then realizing, oh, it's Sunday. I get to sleep in for a bit. I invite you to consider what it would be like if you began a daily habit of whispering, speaking, writing, all the times when you might feel a spark of joy. It might be stroking that sweet little Duke. It might be enjoying your favorite treat. It might be that moment of prayer when you feel so totally connected. One of my friends loves to go walking on crisp, snowy days. I saw Marianne this morning. I thought, who is that woman? She's walking up our pathway. She was all dressed, cozy and warm, pulling her little cart behind her. She looked happy and joyous. I don't know. That does not, what gives me joy is cuddling into flannelette sheets at night. So we're all different. We just have to figure out what makes us laugh. Another friend loves party time. The more people, the better. The more noise, the better. The more dancing and shaking, the better. I kind of like quiet times at home with popcorn and a movie. You figure out what your moments of joy are. If you want to see the differences in joy, check out children. Now, we get to do this every day because we look out in a busy street and children are heading south to grade school. They're heading north to high school. Can you picture the differences? Grade school kids, not all of them, but some of them, reach into the snow, they throw it in the air, they dive into snow, they pack a snowball and pretend they're going to throw it at a friend, all the time laughing their heads off. Not all, some. What do the high school kids do? Oh, their collars are up high, they're walking along. Guess what they're looking at? Earbuds in their ears. It could be a hurricane. It could be a beautiful summer day. Would they notice? I don't think so. So hopefully what they're looking at sparks some kind of joy. Building faith is snatching and savoring your moments of joy. You figure out what they are. I'm sure Jesus did that often. And I was bringing so many things today that I forgot. Not that somber looking picture of Jesus down there. Not there's somewhere else there's a serious looking. I've got a picture of Jesus laughing out loud. I'll bet he laughed a lot. Sure, he had tough times.
They blame crime on immigrants.
Can't you imagine? Can't you imagine that he also
studies over the years.
he had fun with his friends? He had that wine party where he made way more wine for everybody. Joy really is next to godliness. I read that once. And it can be your quiet joy. Doesn't mean you have to be always beaming and smiling, but that joy that spills out from inside. Gratitude lights the candle of faith. And I brought, especially for today, not just one candle. And I've asked Sylvia and Renee, and they really represent you, because together as a community, we light each other's candles of faith. Do we not? Now, the wicks on some of these candles might be really hard to light. Isn't that like life? Is it always easy to ignite your spark of faith or joy? But look at these ladies. They're just whizzing right through it. What are they saying to us? That sometimes we need other people in our lives. Thank you, Sylvia and Renee. Yay, yay. Sometimes we need other people just to help us ignite. And this, you can see, has little empty spaces for the candle to shine through. But there's no candle. You are a candle that needs to be built up so that through you shines love and faith. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens. And pretty soon, You will stand alongside a community, and that community will be embracing you, enjoying your light, and sharing their light. It's all about faith and the building, the development of faith. Soothe your spirit with stillness. I have Kate's sweet little necklace, Be Still, on my neck today. It says be still. Be still is not the same as be asleep. Consider stillness as a reservoir of spiritual tonic. Not a drink to be gulped, but one to be sipped and savored. Stillness is a place where disturbances stay outside. Stillness is a reprieve from anxious worry, from tormenting tribulations, from scary scenarios. Where would you rather be? In a scary scenario or in a place of stillness? Stillness is a place of deliberately chosen non-busyness. How often do you say to somebody, oh, how are you doing? And they say, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, I'm so important. Oh, I've got so much to do. And inside they're probably frazzled. I'm not saying being busy isn't important and having focuses is not important or foci. But choosing the times when you want to be still feeds your faith, builds your faith. Stillness allows awareness of divine presence. There are times when you're not in the stillness, but you have a choice. Which environment will I be in, and which companions will I be around? Our choice. And the environment we choose, the companions we choose, or the environment we say, no, not for me. Or the companions, I don't think so. Makes a difference. That creates a stillness in our mind. Choose the best environment and the best companions for you in which to reinforce your faith. And if people in your family or people you know don't share your faith, that's okay. Does it mean your faith is less? No. Take time to discern what and who are the builders of your faith and let go of the detriments. You can learn to let go with ease and grace. You owe nobody an explanation or an excuse for your choices. In mindfulness is wisdom, and wisdom is faith. That's fine, you might be saying. I choose good friends and I go to places that make me feel whole and well. What about the times when I get my hopes up high? I'm so excited and they're dashed like eggs falling on the floor. What do I do then? Modern day Jeff Foster, listed among the world's 100 most spiritually influencing living people, wrote a book called You Were Never Broken. He makes a radical suggestion. Try to make friends with disappointment. Woo. Who wants to do that? Because he says, When you run from disappointment, you run from life itself. Failure can soften the mind and open the heart if you let it. Disappointment is a misunderstood portal to presence, to humility, to a deep trust in life. How often have you stopped trying because you were disappointed in your area? When disappointments threatened to smother the flame of faith, how did you respond? For years, my choice to compete in speech contests gave me purpose, if only for the duration of the contest. Gave me an adrenaline rush. And you might be saying, oh, please, Pauline, but it did. That was my source of joy. Gave me a fervor of choosing and preparing topics that I might never have done. Topics that might appeal to the judges. Then followed the fleeting delight, and it fled fast, of being chosen first. Woo! Or the dashed hopes of not being chosen. That disappointment lasted a lot longer than the joy did. No matter how hard I tried or how long I prepared, there were never any guarantees that the judges on that day for that contest would choose me as the winner. Why do I share that? For a very simple reason. It took me years to finally realize that the opinion of those judges did not determine my value unless I let it. The opinions of other people does not determine your worth. Divine presence inside you determines your worth. Know that and feel strong. The day came when I no longer needed to compete because I figured out why I was doing it in the first place. And the reasons weren't the right reasons. Are you competing and comparing yourself with others? If you are, try and stop. Try and look in the mirror and recognize your value, your worth, your uniqueness. Several years ago, I visited a new doctor. He was in this very impressive, very modern building. Tastefully decorated, beautifully framed, pictures on the walls, long hallways with different doctors for different ailments. I did feel a little bit intimidated, I must say. I was just going there to get a general checkup. Then I spotted a small message on a shy little message board. Seemed quite out of place with all the hoopla. The message so resonated within me that I wrote it down and I saved it. And I found it just a few days ago. This is what it said. You're so hard on yourself. Take a moment. Sit back. Marvel at your life, at the grief that softened you, at the heartache that wizened you, at the suffering that strengthened you. Despite everything, you still grow. Be proud of this. There's a lady, maybe Lindsay might know this lady. She's a reverend in Maui, Hawaii, a unity minister. And she says this: to simply awaken to the awareness that the infinite possibility of limitless good is already within you seems too good to be true. The limitless source of possibility is within me and you. Is that too good to be true? And yet, that is the truth that sets you free. You want spiritual muscles? Think about that. Consider that. In your moments of joy, uplifted, or the moments of disappointment when you have to lift yourself up. Let us now go into meditation. I invite you just to relax into your chair, to savor this moment of spiritual energizing, to breathe in the love, the energy, and the faith that surrounds each one of us. As you breathe in the energy, you're also breathing in love, spiritual stamina based on faith. Faith, the highest of the powers. Feel that faith flow within you. Absorb the knowledge that divine presence within you is always there. Always. I'll let you know when our time is fulfilled. As we prepare to return, we know that we can choose to go into the stillness, accessing our awareness of divine source anytime, anywhere. Well, might have to walk away from the noise, but pretty much. I think Dorothy's here. I think I see her out there. So Dorothy, you'll be happy to know that the song that follows Sylvia is that wondrous I Believe song. And I kept saying it in my head all week. And sometimes I make a mistake and I say, I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a garden grows. It's a flower. But we're so blessed here. We have a garden. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pauline. I made a note. I think it's time we stop calling her a guest speaker. Do you think? She's our speaker. And then we have other guest speakers. Because like, who doesn't know Pauline already? And since she's been coming here since 2012, I think part of the fixture. So I think, so next time it's not our guest speaker, our speaker, and we will have other guest speakers. Because you do such a great job, Pauline, and you have certainly grown over the years as you did your Toastmasters, but also learned more about unity, and you truly are living the principles because of we can see the growth. And so, but today's talk was, as always, a wonderful way, a wonderful talk, but you also use such great examples to show how we can make our faith grow, and by connecting with people, we can help them, help their light shine bigger and brighter. We all have faith. We have those 12 powers. Faith is one of them. We just exercise it, or as in the Unity way, we talk about quickening it, quickening our faith. So thank you so much. And now let's hear about flowers and gardens growing.
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. And I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe, I believe, I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I
Wonderful song. Nice and calm, quiet. And now we come to that time where we show our gratitude and our thanks for all that we receive throughout the week, the sharing of time and talents, and of course, the sharing of treasure. So Renee and Kate are going to come through to take any gifts, offerings, and tithes that we have today. We're grateful for the way money flows to us, whether it's through the mail, through e-transfer, credit or debit machine. And cash is always nice. Read a thing once recently about why the value of cash is still the greatest thing, because when you give somebody $50, they got $50 to spend. When you use a machine, then a little piece of it goes somewhere else, and now you're down to, say, $43 that's being shared. And anyways, but we're grateful however it comes, and we know that whatever goes through the debit and credit machine, that money's blessing somebody else as well. So let's together say our prosperity blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And we will now also do our prayer for protection. So together we will affirm that the light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. And the presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And we're going to have our peace song, and then we're going to have a little wee short chat after that. So don't go too far right away, but let's sing first. Before you jump to the goodies, could I have Lindsay and Dorothy come up here, please, for a moment? So we're going to have just a short chat about what we are affirming for our future. And that is new board members. So if for those of you that were at the AGM last year, and believe it or not, we've almost gone through another whole year, Lindsay and Dorothy volunteered to be our nominating committee, and they will work with Lorraine, the president, on nominees. So first, give these ladies a hand for stepping forward. Yay. So now when they